Found out my husband was cheating on me, and my stepdaughter helped him hide it. So I used her college fund for myself, filed for divorce, and left them. Now they're begging me to come back. Hi, Reddit. I need your advice because I'm torn about what to do next. Let me start by saying this: I never thought I'd be writing something like this. I always believed my marriage was solid, my family was unshakable, and my love for my husband and stepdaughter was reciprocated in equal measure. But life has a way of blindsiding you, and here I am, sitting in a hotel room, trying to make sense of the chaos that has become my life. I'm 42 years old, and I've been with my soon-to-be ex-husband, David, 44, for 15 years. We've been married for 10 of those years, and for the most part, I thought we were happy. David has a daughter, Stacy, 17, from a previous relationship. Her mother passed away when Stacy was just 6 months old, so when David and I got together, I stepped into the role of her mother. I didn't just marry David, I became Stacy's mom. I raised her, loved her, and supported her in every way I could. She was my daughter in every sense of the word, even if we weren't related by blood. Fast forward to last week, when my world came crashing down. I was at work, minding my own business, when I received an email from a woman named Emily. She introduced herself as David's co-worker and dropped a bombshell: she and David had been having an affair for the past 7 months. She attached screenshots of their texts, photos of them together, and even details about their business trips that were actually romantic getaways. She said she felt guilty and wanted to come clean because David had been stringing her along with promises of leaving me, but he never followed through. I was in shock. I couldn't breathe. I reread the email multiple times, hoping it was some kind of sick joke, but the evidence was undeniable. David had been lying to me for months, and I had no idea. I left work immediately and went home, but the house was empty. Stacy was out with friends, and David was at work. I sat there, staring at the walls, trying to process what I just learned. But the worst part wasn't David's betrayal. It was what Emily told me next. Stacy had known about the affair the entire time. She'd been helping David cover it up, making excuses for his absences and even meeting Emily on multiple occasions. In exchange for her silence, David had been spoiling her with expensive gifts, designer clothes, the latest gadgets, and even a new laptop. Suddenly, all the little things that hadn't added up over the past few months made sense. David had been unusually generous with both of us, and I'd assumed it was because he was doing well at work. Turns out, it was guilt money. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. Not only had my husband betrayed me, but the daughter I'd raised and loved as my own had also betrayed me. I'd always thought of Stacy as my child, and to find out she'd been complicit in this lie shattered me in a way I can't even describe. I packed a bag, left the house, and checked into a hotel. I needed space to think, to process, to figure out what the hell I was going to do next. In the days that followed, I oscillated between anger, sadness, and numbness. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, and couldn't stop crying. But one thing kept gnawing at me: the college fund. For years, I'd been setting aside money for Stacy's education. It was supposed to be a surprise, a gift to help her achieve her dreams. But after what she'd done, I couldn't bring myself to give her that gift. So, in a moment of anger and hurt, I used the money to buy myself a luxury car. It was impulsive, maybe even petty, but it felt like the only way to reclaim some control over my life. I also filed for divorce. I couldn't stay married to a man who'd lied to me so blatantly, and I couldn't pretend everything was okay when it so clearly wasn't. David and Stacy have been blowing up my phone ever since, begging me to come back, apologizing, and trying to explain themselves. David says he made a mistake and that he'll do anything to fix our marriage. Stacy says she was confused and didn't know what to do, but she loves me and wants me to forgive her. But here's the thing: I don't know if I can. David's betrayal is one thing, but Stacy's involvement cuts deeper than I can put into words. She's not a child anymore, she's 17, old enough to know right from wrong. She chose to lie to me, to help her father deceive me, and to prioritize her own comfort over our relationship. And now, David is trying to guilt me into giving her the college fund, saying she's just a kid who got caught up in his mess. He claims she's devastated and might not be able to go to her dream college because of the financial strain. I'm torn. Part of me feels guilty about the college fund. I never wanted to be the kind of person who punishes a child for their mistakes, even if Stacy is almost an adult. But another part of me feels like she made a conscious choice to betray me, and actions have consequences. She knew what she was doing was wrong, and she chose to prioritize her father's lies over our relationship. I don't know if I can ever trust her again, let alone fund her education. Reddit, I need your advice. Am I being too harsh by keeping the college fund for myself? Should I give Stacy another chance, or is it time to cut my losses and move on? I'm so conflicted, and I don't know what the right thing to do is anymore. I pretended to be a millionaire to teach my gold-digging sister a lesson. Now she's begging me to pay for her wedding. Hi, Reddit. Did I go too far? Hi, Reddit. I'm in a situation that's equal parts satisfying and messy, and I need your advice to figure out if I'm the villain here or if I just served some well-deserved karma. Strap in, because this is a wild one. I'm 29F, and my younger sister, Emily, 25F, has always been, let's say, ambitious. She's the kind of person who believes the world owes her something, and she's not shy about using people to get what she wants. Growing up, she was the golden child, pretty, popular, and always getting her way. Meanwhile, I was the responsible one, working hard and saving every penny while she spent hers on designer clothes and luxury vacations. Emily's latest obsession? Marrying rich. She's been dating this guy, Jake, 30M, for about a year, and she's convinced he's her ticket to the high life. Jake comes from a wealthy family, and Emily has been dropping not-so-subtle hints about wanting a lavish wedding, a huge diamond ring, and a mansion. The problem? Jake isn't as rich as she thinks he is. His family has money, but he's cut off and works a regular 9-to-5 job. Emily doesn't know this, though, because Jake has been lying to keep her interested. Here's where I come in. A few months ago, Emily came to me, crying about how Jake was stalling on proposing. She said she needed my help to nudge him in the right direction. I asked her what she meant, and she straight up said, "You need to loan me some money so I can plan the wedding of my dreams. Once Jake sees how serious I am, he'll propose." I was floored. Not only was she asking me to fund her fantasy, but she also expected me to do it without question. I've always been the one Emily turns to when she needs money, and I've bailed her out more times than I can count. But this time, I was done. I decided to teach her a lesson. I told her I'd come into some money recently, a lie, and that I'd be happy to help her plan the wedding. Her eyes lit up like I just handed her a blank check. Over the next few weeks, Emily went full bridezilla. She booked a luxury venue, hired a celebrity wedding planner, and even put a deposit on a custom designer gown, all with the promise that I'd cover the costs. She didn't even bother to get quotes or ask for my input. She just assumed I'd foot the bill, no questions asked. Meanwhile, I played along, feeding her little lies about my newfound wealth. I even set up a fake bank account statement to show her when she started getting suspicious. She ate it up, and her entitlement only grew. She started talking about how she'd finally made it and how she was going to be the envy of all her friends. The day of reckoning came last week.